Today I have a very exciting video to share with you because I got some very beautiful plants. So hello everyone, my name is Smeralda and you are watching Albo plants. So as I said before, I want to share with you some beauties that I added to my collection these last days, and these were all gifts from my fiancé Rudi. He actually was thinking for quite a while to gift me something, and he knows that I really love plants, so of course the first thought he had was to buy me some plants. But what was quite interesting and very fitting for this occasion was the fact that one of my most favorite plant shops here in Albania, Plantastic Albania, which I of course made a shop tour in another video, they actually brought in some very interesting new plants and it was like a perfect match. So yesterday actually I went and saw what they brought in and I was very pleased. So I'm going to share with you 6 new plants that I added in my collection. So as I'm seeing, I have added 3 new philodendrons, and philodendrons actually are one of my favorite genus in the plants, so I really want to add more in my collection, and especially the ones that are climbing, because I want to make more moss balls, even though unfortunately at the moment I am out of moss, but hopefully I will buy some more and have the possibility to make the moss balls for this, especially 2 new plants that I have. But yeah, the first one that I want to share you that I bought is Philodendron Brandtianum. As you can see, it is such a beautiful plant. I love the pattern, the color is stunning with this silver sparkle, and the contrast is very pretty. My mother said that this looked very close or similar to the Scindapsus exotica, but the way that it grows it's a bit different, and of course the pattern is more contrasty, which I do really love. The new leaves come in a very nice bronzy color when they are a little bit sun-stressed, and also the shape of the leaves of course is more heart-shaped. But yeah, as I was saying, this plant has gone through some feelings for the plant community, because first when it came out everyone loved them and they were so excited to try out and grow this plant. But then during the time that they got it, a lot of people experienced problems because they say that this is a bit of a finicky plant because it loves high humidity. And if it doesn't have enough humidity, the new leaves don't come out nicely. And if you leave it trailing, then the new leaves come out pretty small. So that is the reason why I want to put this in a moss ball, because I love the way they look climbing. And of course, if I'm able to make the leaves bigger, because I've seen some beautiful photos, they look stunning. So I hope I will be able to mature this plant and grow well. I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to do under my care and in my conditions in my home. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. I love it very much. So this was the first plant that I got. The second one, which is also very interesting for me, because I actually don't really like the growth pattern of this kind of plants, and I also expressed it in another video, but I really like the colors of this particular plant, so I thought to myself to try it out and maybe I will change my mind. And the one that I'm talking about is Philodendron Pink Princess. Yay! I have one of these babies. So, the Philodendron Pink Princess was the it plant for some years and everyone wanted to have it in their collection. They were pretty difficult to find in the beginning and quite expensive, but now they are very easily found and they are mass produced. Of course, here in Albania, as always, you cannot find these beauties at the normal plant store, but Plantastic Albania managed to bring some of them. Actually, it was only this one that was in the shop, and I got really lucky, I think, because the genetic of this plant, I think, is quite nice. And what I mean by that is the fact that this, I think, that has nice splashes throughout the leaves, in all of the leaves, and I think that it has a good potential to become beautiful and maybe produce even more pink. As you can see, here is the leaf that has got the most pink at the moment. The stems are quite nice. And it has a little bit of damage. I think this is burned, like it had a lot of exposure of sun and it burned. This is the other leaf, and as you can see, it has a lot of splashes. And the new leaf is actually quite promising, with this part being very nicely pink, and it has a lot of small babies at the base. And one in particular, which is the bigger one, it has very nice pink variegation. As you can see, the leaves are very beautiful. So, seeing also the babies that are very nicely variegated, I think that this plant has good genetics, so I got lucky. It was the only one. I always thought to myself that I would much rather prefer looking at the Pink Princess when I would like to buy it, because I could also maybe order it online in plant shops, and actually when you order you have an image that is shown for the listing but not the specific plant you are getting, so it's always like a fortune what you will receive in the hand of the grower. But in this specific case with the Pink Princess, I really wanted to be able to see it first before buying it, because I've seen that a lot of plants sold at stores don't have a lot of variegation. But this one I think is perfect, and I didn't believe that I would like this plant as much as I like it now that I own it. So I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to grow. And maybe after a little bit of time, when the babies are more established, I'm going to separate them from the mother plant. And of course, another thing that I want to do, but I'm not pretty sure when, I want to change the substrate, because all the plants that I got are on that heavy peat moss substrate that nurseries usually use. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to keep them in that substrate, so I don't know when I will be able to repot these plants, because now it is winter. So what do you think? Should I repot them now or wait so they can establish better and then repot them? This is my Philodendron Pink Princess. So I also was very intrigued to see some air plants, because usually I have not seen them around in shops, and this was the first time I've seen these specific varieties. They had two of them, two Tillansdia I think they are called, but I'm not sure of the specific species. Maybe I will do a research and put the names on the screen, but the first one is this air plant. And this one actually were the favorite of my mom and Rudi, because they are very intrigued of the fact that this plant don't need a substrate to grow in, and they are air plants, so they were very curious about that thing. And what I do really like about them is the fact that I can put them on my shelf without pot, and they fill it very nicely. They give it character, so I'm very happy that I have them. And actually they were pretty cheap, because I've seen that they can cost a lot of money sometimes, but yeah, they had the prices very well, so I'm pretty happy about that. And this one is a big specimen, so yeah, I'm very pleased about this plant. I really like the way it grows, all the quirky curls that it has, and the center in which it grows, and also this silver sheen. It's so peculiar. I do really like it. And the other air plant that I got, which I do really love, is this one. So I have always liked this particular air plant when I saw them in collections or in other videos and photos, because I do really like the color that it has, like a kind of gradient color. It goes from green to burgundy to deep red at the center, and it also produces very nice purple flowers. So yeah, I do really like this. It reminds me of those kind of creatures, sea urchins, and it reminds me of my childhood, because on our Ionian Sea there used to be a lot of sea urchins, and yeah, I was quite afraid of them, because if you stepped on them it was very hurtful. But I successfully managed to not step on them ever in my lifetime till now, and hopefully I will not experience it, because I've seen other people and they say it's quite hurtful. But yeah, coming back to plants. This is the one that I chose to keep for myself, and I want to show you, if I am able to. As you can see in here, it is already producing a baby, so that is quite exciting for me. I cannot wait to see how the babies are going to grow up. Fun fact, Rudi really liked the last air plant I showed you, so he asked me to take another one because he wanted one for himself. He wants to take it on his work desk, and so I got another one for him, and I will show you now. It is just a little bit smaller than the one that I have for myself, but actually this is also very exciting. This one is producing two babies. One is in here, and the other one is also in here. So yeah, this is very exciting to see how they are going to grow up and how they will look. So yeah, these are the two small air plants. Oh my god, they are so cute, I love them. So another plant that I got, I couldn't believe that I will get one of these plants. I always saw them and I always really liked the way they looked, but usually there were these species that were slimmer, and I was specifically more drawn to another kind which is a little bit thicker, but I will show you now. So the other plant that I got was this beautiful Rhipsalis, and I have found the species name and I will put it on the screen for you. But yeah, this particular Rhipsalis actually I really like, and was the one that I thought to myself, if I will find that is the Rhipsalis that I want to have in my collection. And this particular one, I do like that it is not the thickest one, but not the thinnest one. I really like the way it grows. It can sun stress very beautifully, and also the flowers that it produces are very dainty and pretty. So I do really like it, and this is going to look fabulous on my balcony, especially during the summer, because I think that Rhipsalis are kind of cactus I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but yeah, I do really like how it looks. It has already a little bit of sun stressing on the tips, depending on where it was grown, but yeah, it's quite stunning. The pot is very full, and actually I was thinking to separate it in 2 or 3 pots because yeah, I really like when they are more dainty than full. And I also saw some people put them in mounts and I really like them, so I thought maybe to try it out and mount some pieces to see how it's going to look. I think it's going to look fabulous. So yeah, that is a project for the future. And yeah, the other plant is this beautiful Rhipsalis, which yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one also. I have never owned a Rhipsalis, and this is going to be quite interesting to see how this baby is going to do under my care. So let's continue with the last one. So the last plant that I got, and I am super happy that I have this plant again in my collection because I used to have one of these plants, but it rotted on me during the summer and I got really sad about that because it was one of my most favorite plants. But I am so happy I found it again and I have it in my possession, and the one that I'm talking about is Philodendron Verrucosum. I cannot express how relieved I am to have this beauty again in my collection because the first one I had I ordered on plants.com, and it's not always easy to import plants, so I was so happy that I could find this one here in Albania, and it has very nice sized leaves and a lot of shoots. I don't know if you are able to see, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are at least 4 plants in this pot. They are growing a little bit crazy, as you can see, especially this one. It is a bit long and doesn't have leaves here at the bottom. So I need to find a way to make it work because, of course, I want to put this beauty in a moss pole, and maybe I need to separate to make it into 2 pots or even 3 pots, because I want to put 2 stems in 1 pot with moss pole. And these 3 ones that are in here are actually ready to put in a moss pole now because they are not super long. But this one, it's a bit challenging. I need to think about how I'm going to do it. Maybe I will try to propagate it, even though the last time that I did it my plant died. But it was in summer, and actually I do not suggest propagating Verrucosum in summer, especially if the summer in your country is very hot. I have learned that this plant doesn't like very much the hot temperatures. It prefers much cooler temperatures, so maybe I will try again to propagate and see if I succeed this time, even though I'm a little bit afraid, but at least I have more plant to work with. So yeah, the last plant that I got was this beautiful Verrucosum, and as I said, it is one of my most favorite plants, and you cannot beat a Verrucosum, guys. This plant is amazing. The stem, when it matures even more, it has this very nice how they call fuzzy petals. They are not like serpents, but I do really like them because yeah, they are pretty fuzzy but not crazy fuzzy, so for me it works perfectly. And I love the contrast in colors. I love the red backs that they get. when they first emerge, and of course the contrast in the leaves on the front is spectacular. It looks like lightning, and the velvet leaves and everything. I love everything about this plant, and of course I had the opportunity to grow it on a moss pole, and it loved it. It was growing like a beast. It was growing so well for me, so I'm pretty excited to see how this beauty is going to do under my care. And yeah, the last plant I got is this Philodendron Verrucosum. Guys, I totally forgot to share with you also this cutie, which was a gift from the plant shop owners. This is a Peperomia Hope, and I have never grown a kind of peperomia like this, so I am curious to see how it's going to do under my care, how it's going to develop. And yeah, thank you so much for this beautiful gift and this cute plant. So that was it for this video. These were all the plant babies that I added to my collection, and let me tell you, I'm pretty happy with all of them. I thank very much Rudi for gifting me these plants and making me so happy. I was like a small kid yesterday when I went to the store, and because I didn't know exactly what they brought, I knew they were going to be good things because I saw a sneak peek on their stories, but I didn't know specifically what they brought, and I was very pleased and very surprised. So thank you so much, Plantastic Albania, for bringing these beauties here and making them available for us. And of course, Rudi, I love you. Thank you very much for gifting me these plants, and thank you very much for supporting me in my plant passion. So yeah, thank you very much guys for watching this video, and if you have any care tips, especially for the air plants and Rhipsalis, please leave a comment down below because it will really help me out. Of course, I'm going to do my own research, but even your feedback and your comments really help me, so thank you very much for leaving them on my videos, and I appreciate you, especially the ones that are constantly leaving comments. I see you, and I'm very thankful for having you on my channel. And of course, don't forget to like, share, because everything is a plus for me and it really helps me. And if you like plants and you like to see plenty photos, then check out my Instagram page. I am quite active these days, Albo__plants, and we can keep in contact even there. So thank you very much, have a lovely day, and I will see you on the next one. Pacim!